everyone, and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we have some announcements for draft leagues. As you guys know, we have been in some draft leagues in the past, and 'tis the season. We're back around to being in season for these draft leagues, and we're in quite a few this time around. We kept the two that we were in for the last seasons of their thing, and we added one more. There's talks of more coming, so I may be getting in over my head, but let's see if we can have some fun with this time, guys. So, starting off, I'm covering. I've only drafted for two of the leagues. One of the leagues is still getting all of the coaches in place. So once that league is done, I will let you guys know. But aside from that, we are going to start with the Pokemon Global League. So the Pokemon Global League, we were in it last season. We just missed the playoffs, so this year we're gunning for at least making playoffs. But we are working with a very strange team this year. This is Season 4 of the Pokemon Global League. We are still, of course, the Minnesota Wild Charge. We're never changing that. That's our team, boys and girls. But the Minnesota Wild Charge, which is for the Pokemon Global League, our draft was, as our S rank, we have Greninja. Kind of a strange pick. The S rank is typically the Ubers Pokemon and the really high OU, so Greninja is in Ubers currently. Last year we had Mega Mawile. This year I didn't want to use a Mega, and I didn't want to go too typical. We started putting in some more legendaries. There's Eviltal was in there this year. Kyurem White was in there this year. But I wanted to go with Greninja because I feel like Greninja is the most versatile of Pokemon. So he can be physical, he can be special, you can just kind of put moves on there as you need them. I think he can learn every type of move except for Fairy because of Hidden Power. So that should be pretty interesting. We can see some cool things come out from Greninja, so he's probably going to be a staple on a lot of the teams. For my next pick, I wanted to go Heatran. Heatran is a favorite for draft leagues. Heatran's a favorite in general. He's really good defensively. He 4 times resists Fairy type Pokemon, which works out really well. He's immune to poison, and he's just an all good Pokemon. He does unfortunately suffer from that 4 times weakness to ground, but we can get around that as you'll see as we go further on into this list. So Heatran was one of our A ranks. It's in this league, it's S rank A, B, C, D, E, so on and so forth. So our third pick, I wanted a grass type to kind of round out the water and fire, and that is Breloom. So Breloom joined the team. It also gives us the fighting typing, because I think I tried picking Conkeldurr first, because I like the Conkeldurr-Heatran combo, but he was already contracted. Unfortunately, I did a lot of my drafting this year on my phone because we didn't have internet, so I was my drafts are kind of weird this year, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, or this season. So maybe they'll be good for us, maybe it won't. But anyway, Breloom, really good physical grass type and fighting type, gets Rock Tomb's been used a lot on Breloom, and also Spore. Spore is really nice. So we have Breloom. Next, we wanted our bulky water type, because Greninja's there as a water type, but because he can change his typing, I don't consider him necessarily a typing at all. So I wanted a bulky water type. I didn't want to use Melodic again. I've used Melodic for every single draft. It's good, I love Melodic, but I wanted to try something else, just to see what I could do with it. And we had originally contracted Melodic, but then I revoked it because of this. And I decided to go with Jellicent this year. Now, there were a lot of good picks I could have went with, but I really wanted to use Jellicent. I really like Jellicent, so this draft was a lot of, I like these Pokemon, let's use them. So we're using Jellicent. The next pick, I don't know if we're going to keep him, and you'll see why later on down the draft. But I picked Haxorus. Now, Haxorus is just a really good physical Pokemon. Again, kind of like with Breloom. It can learn Poison Jab, so it can get against those fairies. I think it also gets Iron Tail, or maybe Iron Head. I'm not entirely sure. But I usually run Poison Jab on my Haxorus. You can Dragon Dance, you can Choice Scarf. Haxorus is just good, all around good. Dragon, and this added to, because we had Steel type with Heatran, so there's that core of Steel, Dragon, Fairy started. We just need our Fairy type, and we'll see if we get a Fairy type. Well, you guys see the entire draft, so you already know. I'm not gonna slowly put a Pokemon for you guys. I have the whole team out, so you can already see it. But I just want to kind of go over everybody, and as you guys can see, we did get the mascot Electivire. So Yao, our Electivire, is on the team. It gives us a really good electric immunity with that motor drive ability. So if they're trying to Thunderbolt Jellicent or Greninja, we can switch in Electivire and get a speed boost, which is really nice. Next, I picked the Mega. So I went with Mega Garchomp because he was in B rating, which I wanted a ground type for sure. And then Garchomp, this is why I'm not too sure on Haxorus, because Garchomp is a dragon as well. But I really wanted that ground typing. Garchomp hits like a truck, and we kind of had that speed before he Mega Evolves, and then when he Mega Evolves, he drops a little bit, but we can find a ways around that as well. Next, I went with a team member from last year, and that is Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz didn't really get to see his full potential last year. We drafted it. I can't remember when we switched Scrafty out for Mandibuzz, but I like the flying typing. I like its bulk, knockoff, defog, that kind of nonsense. So we got Mandibuzz, and then I picked our fairy, which is Diancie. At first, I was like, I need a Stealth Rocker, which, of course, we have Garchomp, we have Heatran, but I don't want to have to rely on them necessarily. So I picked Diancie. He's pretty bulky. It is, unfortunately, 4 times weak to Steel typing, but we do have that Heatran to switch it in as well. So we have a Diancie, and you can deal off a pretty good Moonblast or Diamond Storm. Next, I just had some extra points to throw around, and I wanted a Psychic type. I was going to originally go with Espeon, but somehow Alakazam had filtered through to this far down in the draft, so we picked up Alakazam. I can't really complain about that. It's a really heavy hitter, so I can see that putting in some work for the team. Next, I had 2 picks left, and I had to pick some lower tier mons, and I kind of just picked Stantler. I've used the Stantler before, so I kind of know what I can do with it, but I'm really looking forward to messing around with Stantler a lot. I was going to go Dunsparce, but you never see Stantler. Let's use him. So we have Stantler on the team. And then for the final pick, I wanted a poison type, but we already have Breloom, but I picked Venusaur. It's fine because then we have that special option, the physical option for grass. So I think it's a good way to mix it up. In case I'm trying to think specifically. Suicune usually goes bulky defensively, and then tries to set up Calm Mind, so we can get Venusaur in there first and start Giga Draining it, and we can get some nice Leech Seeds on it. I think Venusaur will be a really nice addition to the team for the end there. But again, we can do trade outs. So Haxorus is first on the chopping block. Venusaur is probably second. I may do some switching around here just to get some better Pokemon now that I can actually look at the entire draft on my computer. But we'll see. So that is our Pokemon Global League draft as it stands right now. So next we're going to go. Well, we also I didn't mention every league that we're in these seasons, but we're also in the Delta Battle League Season 3. They are not yet done picking all the coaches yet, so we have not drafted for them yet. But we're going to be in that. Once again, we got second place last year, if you guys were fans and watching that. So second place, not bad. But we're going for number 1 in the Delta Battle League this year. But the new league that we are a part of is the NPCC. Now let's see if I can remember this. The National Pokemon Competitive. Let me pull it up. The National Pokemon. I just had it up and now I have the wrong one up. No, the National Pokemon Competitive Conference? Yes, I was right. National Pokemon Competitive Conference. Sorry. NPCC, it's strange letters. But so that is that's the third draft league we're in, and they're in season 2, so we're coming in fresh off of their season 1, so they're still pretty new, kind of like the Delta Battle League was when we went in on season 2. A lot of familiar faces in this league, so it's going to be pretty cool to be battling in there. But for this league, again, Minnesota Wild Charge, always will be, always have been, always will. That's what I meant to say there. But you're actually going to see quite a few faces going in between the two of these leagues. Now, this one isn't in order of how I drafted them. This one is in order of their tiers, because I kind of picked around. Like with the PGL, I usually pick in tiers and go down, and then pick my random Pokemon at the end. This time, I kind of just randomly picked, because I was really on my phone at that point. I had no computer access at all. So this is probably one of the strangest drafts I have, but it's interesting. So I'm gonna enjoy seeing where I can take this team this season. But starting off with a very familiar face, we have Heatran once again. Like I said, Heatran's just an all-around good wall. It's an OU for a reason. Fire typing, steel typing, two really good typings to have covered right off the get-go. So Heatran was our start. Next, not next necessarily, because I picked different Pokemon before Heatran and I picked Pokemon after. But in the orders of the tiers, next we have the water typing to cover our fire, water, and steel grass. Sorry, I'm all mixed up. Fire, water, and grass. We have the water typing, and instead of going like a super bulky water type, it's kind of bulky, but it's more offensive. I've also used this in a draft format before, and that is Gyarados. 4 times weakness to electric, unfortunately, but Gyarados can be that powerhouse we need in a pinch. So I picked Gyarados. It can also be bulky Gyarados, so we'll see what we do with Gyarados this season. The next one, another flying type. I really didn't want to pick 2 flying types, but I really wanted to use this Pokemon for some reason, and it's Honchkrow. So we got Honchkrow. We got Mandibuzz in one league. We have Honchkrow in the other. So the 2 flying dark types. So we can get. Does Honchkrow get knockoff now that I think about it? I don't know if it does. I think it just gets Sucker Punch, doesn't it? I kind of want to look that up right now. I haven't used Honchkrow in so long, I've forgotten if he gets knockoff. Honchkrow, Cerebi. I know it gets Sucker Punch, and I know it gets Brave Bird, and Superpower. And my internet's gonna poop out on me. Come on, seriously? I'm mid-video, dude. Come on. I'm calling the internet company on Monday and seeing what we could do about this, because it's starting to get to be absolute garbage. It was fine for me for a while, but now it's just being terrible. Alright, Honchkrow. Moxie, of course. We can go Insomnia if somebody has a Moongus or something. I don't know. I don't ever really see us using Insomnia. I think we're always going to use a Moxie, but we'll see. We can pull something out of our butt. It gets Night Slash. I think I've used Night Slash Honchkrow before. Foul Play, Dark Pulse if you want to go Special Crow. I'm not seeing... Oh wait, Knockoff is a move to remove, isn't it? Or an egg move, maybe? Mirror move? Drill Peck? We go Drill Peck if we don't want to be losing damage. Wait, now I'm getting into this whole thing. Drill Peck does have 100% accuracy. It's just 40 damage less than Brave Bird, so I guess that's why people go Brave Bird over Drill Peck. I'm not seeing Knockoff, though. Heat Wave is a good one to have for coverage. Tailwind, we can have a Tailwind user. I'm not seeing Knockoff. Why did I think Honchkrow got Knockoff? If I'm being dumb, let me know in the comment section below. Parasong, let's do Parasong Honchkrow. Yeah, I'm not seeing Knockoff, boys and girls. So, what dark type move does Honchkrow usually get otherwise? Is it Night Slash? Huh. That's interesting. So what did I run on my Honchkrow when I used a Honchkrow? Was it Roost, Brave Bird, Sucker Punch, and Superpower? Because it was Superpower, Sucker Punch, Brave Bird, and something else. It wasn't Heat Wave, though. I know that. Huh. Interesting. I can't remember how I ran Honchkrow. It must have been Roost, though. But, yeah, if you guys know that Honchkrow can get knockoff and I'm just being a dumb idiot, like I usually am, let me know in the comment section below by saying, Sharp, you're a dumb idiot. Honchkrow gets knockoff. I could pull up my Honchkrow in my game, but that we've wasted too much time on Honchkrow already. So Honchkrow we picked because I wanted to use Honchkrow. Our next, I believe this is Tier 2 is what they're calling in this one. It's like Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. I don't know. It changes. It changes between leagues, and it's hard to keep track of. But our next draft pick on this list was Machamp, which actually Machamp was my final pick, if I recall. I think it was Honchkrow Machamp for the last two, because they had to fill out that point. Actually, I have it in front of me. I don't know why I'm being so dumb. I don't know why I'm being so dumb. Yeah, so Tier 1 is Heatran, Tier 2 is Gyarados, Tier 3 was Honchkrow and Machamp. So Machamp, I wanted a fighting type Shofu just put out that song "Flex Like Machamp." That's honestly why I picked Machamp. But he can be devastating. We can get some dynamic punches off. I know Machamp gets knockoff, so we can use knockoff on Machamp if we really want to. But yeah, that's why I picked Machamp. Tier 4, we have Rhyperior, just our Stealth Rock setter. Yeah, we gotta get Raikou in on this, I guess. We got Rhyperior to get some Earthquakes, some Superpower, some Rock Slids, all that good stuff. I think I picked Rhyperior to take hits from Brave Bird, Talonflame. I mean, Heatran can do that too, but then I don't necessarily have to devote Ancient Power to Heatran to be able to take care of that Brave Birder. So we have Rhyperior there for that. Next one, another familiar face from the PGL Draft League, and that is Electivire once again. So we got our mascot in both the leagues. Let's make it 3 with the Delta Battle League. I don't know. I really like Electivire in draft leagues. I think it's very versatile, and people kind of glaze over it sometimes. So Electivire is on our team for this one as well. For our Mega pick, which is actually my first pick, was Mega Venusaur. When it came to me, I'm like, I don't care what the rest of my team is, I want Mega Venusaur. Because Mega Venusaur is really threatening in draft leagues. If you don't have a Psychic or Flying type Pokemon, you're kind of screwed with Venusaur. So I have Venusaur. Mega Venusaur. So I have Mega Venusaur this team and normal Venusaur on the other team. So hopefully I don't forget. But yeah, we do have Mega Venusaur here. And then for our 4 free picks, quotation marks, we had to use points for this as well. I was on my phone, so I had no idea what points I had when I was just picking. I was just grabbing Pokemon, so I have a lot of lower tier Pokemon for this. Because I know I wanted certain typings, so I just grabbed them. So I picked Goodra for our Dragon type. So we have our Dragon Steel. We need a Fairy still. We also have Fire, Water, and Grass. Those are like the main trios that you want to have on draft leagues because it kind of covers everything. But we have Goodra, and then I have Dusclops because I was like, I want to use Dusclops. A lot of these Pokemon's like, I haven't used these Pokemon forever. I'm going to use them. So we have Dusclops. Good old Pubert Adams, the Dusclops. And then for number 3, I picked Reuniclus because I wanted a Psychic type, and I saw Reuniclus on the list. I'm like, I haven't used Reuniclus in forever. So honestly, that's how I picked a lot of these Pokemon. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to work out. But for the 4th pick, we got, or not the 4th pick necessarily, but in this order, we got our Fairy type in Granbull. I knew I wouldn't be able to afford a Sylveon, and I think Sylveon was gone at this point when I picked Granbull. But I was just like searching through. I'm like, I don't want to use Diancie in 2 teams. Granbull. So we have Granbull. This is a really, really strange draft, and I'm kind of excited to use it. I hope you guys are excited too. Again, Delta Battle League is still on its way, so we can pick, if we want to, we can pick a conventional team. Maybe we'll go for, I don't have Heatran in both, do I? I do have Heatran in both. Let's go for Heatran in all 3 draft leagues. We'll have Heatran and Electivire in all 3, and Mega Venusaur. I should have tried to draft the exact same teams for all three leagues, so that I wouldn't have to remember the different Pokemon in different leagues. Oh god. Anyway, we can do that next time. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today and checking out what your Minnesota Wild Charge has going on this season. It's going to be interesting, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to get all of the videos. The first battles are going to be going up this Saturday. I believe they're all on Saturdays. I don't know Delta Battle League. I don't know if the Delta Battle League has a scheduled day, but for both PGL and NPCC, they pick the same day, so what can I do? So I might have to move some things around with the schedule for uploading, since there will be 2 videos those days. And if you guys, I haven't done this before, but if you guys want to see team builders for these drafts, so like newer people can kind of see at least how I do it when I pick my team for each week. Let me know by letting me know by saying something in the comment section below that you'd like to see team builders for. If you want to see them for one league, or if you want to see them for both or all 3, let me know that as well. Also, hit that like button if you did enjoy this nonsensical draft analysis of 2 different leagues. And also, all the links will be in the description below for all of the spreadsheets, so you guys can check out and see how each team is doing. So there'll be one for the NPCC and one for the PGL, and then I'll include the Delta Battle League when I do a draft analysis video for that as well. Also, this is a random announcement, but I am going to be trying to sell you guys the well, I'm going to try and sell you guys, but it's also for showing support for your Minnesota Wild Charge. We're going to have Minnesota Wild Charge t-shirts. Of course, this logo is made by Super Gassy, who was Pupitar. Now he's back to Super Gassy. But he made this logo for us last season for the PGL. So we're going to put it on this here shirt. And I believe I haven't actually made the shirt yet. I came up with this as I was doing the video. So I'm going to be making it right now. So the link will be on the screen. It'll be in the description. It'll be hyperlinked on the screen. So if you're on a computer, just click on it. If you're on a mobile, click in the description. So I believe it's going to be through Teespring, but I could be wrong with that. So it's whatever's on the screen. It's a very, as you can see, it's a very chaotic video. I just came back from Ninja Turtles. It was a very okay movie, so go see it. But yeah, we're gonna be selling the t-shirts. I think what I want to do is on the back of it put all of the leagues that we're in for this season. So yeah. If you guys want to pick up a Minnesota Wild Charge shirt, I know I will. Link will be in the description below, and I think I'll do it through Teespring, so it has to be a certain amount sold to be able to sell them. So if you guys want to represent your Minnesota Wild Charge and Sharp Dress Gaming, be sure to pick up one of those limited edition shirts. But anyway, guys, I've rambled enough. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we will see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone, and go Wild Charge!